Well, the moving truck comes today. We've been selling things, donating things, making numerous trips to Goodwill, and just downsizing. I even took out a storage space up here because I had so much stuff. And this has been quite a process and quite a learning process that we accumulate so much stuff and many things that you find that you haven't used or even seen in years. And it's time to lighten up and travel light. I think that's a great way to go at this point in life. I feel like I'm downsizing. And poor little Zoe, she sees furniture being carried out of people have come that have bought it, and she thinks, what's happening to our home? There's empty rooms, there are boxes all over the place. But Zoe's coming with us to Florida. But boy, what an experience. You know, you realize you have so much stuff that you just really don't need. So I want to talk to you about that and about our living situations in your morning cup of inspiration. You know, I talked about downsizing. This has been my home for 26 years, my family's home. My kids were raised here. When the listing came out, Kelsey said, the house that built me is now for sale. And really, this has been our dream home. But it's time to move on. It's time to downsize. And when you do that and you throw things away that you've held on to for years, you realize how much stuff you collect that you really don't need and you don't even use. I mean, I've found things that I'd forgotten I had. And you know, unless they're pictures or important memories, it's time to let it go. You know, when you're hanging on to things so tightly, you can't receive from the Lord. We have to open our hands and say, Lord, I want you to fill me. I want you to be my treasure. And you know, Jesus talked about our treasures, and he told us to be careful where we place our treasures in Matthew chapter 6. And I'm going to read verses 19 through 21 from the New International Version. It says, do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust doth destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So my question is, where is your treasure? Are you hanging on to things and possessions and stuff? Maybe it's time to let go. Maybe it's time to donate them to somebody who could really use it. Maybe it's time to travel light. And that has been the positive of this. Am I sad? Yes, I'm sad to leave. But it's time for a new chapter, and I'm excited to watch that chapter be written. So I hope that inspires you. I hope you realize that this world is just temporary. We're going to live in heaven with Jesus forever, eternity. And boy, this will be just a passing memory. So I hope that inspires you today. God bless, and I'll see you soon for another morning cup of inspiration.